Hello, I have come with an update. Not really like anything that in particular that happened recently, but we are at the end of the year and I have kind of not posted that much to YouTube, though I was intending to grow it. I feel like these days a lot of people who choose to be content creators or musicians realize that they have way too many platforms to keep up with, and sometimes they are extremely admirable in how they handle everything, but I'm one of those cases where I get extremely overwhelmed and anxious and sad when I have too many things that are splitting my attention, and then if I mess up on one little thing, it just haunts me and I can't think about anything else. So I've kind of been in the boat where my job has been clashing a lot with my personality and inducing a lot of anxiety and feelings of despair and maybe neglect of health as a result too. So it's not great. There's just this whole combination of many negative things, and I truly think at my happiest I am listening to an audiobook and knitting, or knitting in silence, but I struggle with silence these days because my mind is constantly running, thinking about all the obligations that I haven't tended to, or all the things I think I should be doing. And it's just kind of a miserable existence to just listen to my mind all the time, so I'll shut it out with audiobooks. I tried listening to lots of music, and I've gone through phases where I listen to music a lot, but I find that I think way too much while listening to music, since it's my job too. I will end up analyzing things and just not really being able to enjoy my time if I'm listening to music the whole time. So as much as I love music, I cannot really listen to it these days. I will feel like I want to cry. But knitting has been a really great source of just self-soothing. I've been able to bring myself down from a lot of panicked moments with knitting. And so I think that's why as I come to the end of this sweater, I've been slowing down a lot, because I'm kind of sad to be done with it. And yes, there's always a new project you can start on. But then there's also that anxiety where when you're between projects, you have to start thinking about what you want to commit to for the next several weeks or months even, what material you want to buy, what you can afford, what colors go well together, and yeah, it's a lot. I'm an overthinker for sure, and I want to quiet the noise in my head. I think a big problem for me has been, I'm also very ambitious. I've been trying to, be an independent musician and put out my music everywhere and make myself heard. But at the same time, I don't want anyone to see me. I don't want anyone to know me, and I just want to fade into nothing. That is often my dream. And the two cannot exist together, like being an independent musician and fading into nothing. So, I don't know. I've reached this point where I feel like I have to be on all the social media platforms, but I don't know what to share. I don't like reminding people I exist. But I feel like I have a lot of thoughtful musings, maybe, that I could share with you guys. And maybe that'll also open this channel to a wider audience, or rather than a wider audience, a part of the internet full of people like me, maybe. So if you're also feeling overwhelmed by social media and this constant need to be online and have your attention split on like 3 different devices you're probably needing some reprieve from that. And I'm thinking going into this new year, it might be nice to make some more content like this where I'm sort of just talking to people while knitting. I don't want to think too hard. I don't want to try too hard to say something intelligent or profound. I didn't really think that's authentic at all. Though it's different from like planning a video, I think. If you're planning a video and trying to talk about something in a very structured way, then yeah, there's some necessity to that. But no, I'd like to just yap, and then we'll see where that gets us, right? I think something that I could definitely talk about right now is the lack of self-love this year. I've been so negligent about this goal of mine that I feel like I set at the beginning of every year. I'm pretty sure I say at the start of every year, I want to focus on my mental health and my physical health. I want to be good to myself. And every year I just spiral and I harm the vessel that I have been blessed with. I feel like it's so sad. It's really sad because this is such a precious time, and I think that my future self would be very, very, very sad to see me now and would probably have loads of advice to give me. And I feel like we are so hard on ourselves for no reason. And I truly believe that my number one purpose in life is to just love and be loved. I don't even know if that's the best way to put it. I always say, like, my priority is to spend time with loved ones and just kind of cultivate meaningful relationships, because that's what humanity thrives on. Like, being social creatures, we really need to have people around us who make us feel alive. And that's why I think this kind of obsession with making money and growing numbers and just everything becoming so fixated on the statistics makes me feel so disillusioned and depressed, honestly. Just like, what's the point of all this? Why am I doing this? It doesn't make me happy, but then it gives me money, which I need to live, but then there's always still this lack of stability regardless. And sorry, I'm gonna look for a crochet hook because I need to undo something. But yeah, it's like the way you think about it can significantly impact like how much progress you're really making. Like I don't know how to describe it. Like, even if from an objective standpoint, you are doing well, if mentally you're just constantly thinking this is not enough, then you will never be happy, and you'll always feel like you're falling behind, and you'll always feel like you haven't done enough. And so I think I'm very prone to getting into this state of being, and it just goes against my nature. It makes me want to be a grandma, like right now, this instant. I just want to be a grandma. I want to be retired. I want people to expect less from me. I want to just knit all day. But I cannot simply do that. So I've been working really hard, and probably goes hand in hand with also feeling like I need to deserve the good things that I have. And this is not a great way to think. Sometimes we really do need to just accept that good fortune will come our way and be kinder to ourselves. Yeah. So I think as we wrap up this year, I really, really want more than anything to actually truly shift the focus to being kinder to myself, showing love to myself, showing love to others. And I do think it's very important to make sure you yourself are in good health, because that's how you'll have the energy the mental capacity to even think about others, right? And to socialize. So I really want to turn things around this year. But at the same time, I have a lot of goals. I must admit, like as a musician, I have a lot of goals. So to achieve those, I need to stay very alert. But I think in my particular case, it is very important that first and foremost, I just get myself to a good place health-wise. So maybe that's my New Year's resolution, though it feels a bit cursed to state a New Year's resolution, as many people never really expect to achieve these goals, or when they hear other people say their goals, just sort of a thing you shrug off, don't think too much on. But no, I would really like to commit to this one, and I want to lead by example. I don't want people to just I don't want people to have to witness my spiral again for another year. I would like to practice what I preach. That's the phrase I was thinking about, yeah. I want to practice what I preach, because I think oftentimes I am a hypocrite. I really am a hypocrite. I will tell people, love yourself, be kind to yourself, and I will not follow suit. So this year, 2026, we are going to actually do these things, and hopefully it will lead to a much happier and healthier existence. And then I can also feel more inspired to create music that is not all sad. And I want to be more gentle with myself as I learn new skills too. I tend to be very intense sometimes. Like, why can't you do this? Why can't you do that? But no, it's only natural. I'm also kind of relatively new to knitting clothing. So I feel like there are a lot of parallels, except I'm so much nicer to myself in the knitting stuff. Maybe because there are less people to compare myself to in my immediate vicinity, or rather there's just less of a online world that I'm immersed in or something. It's more niche, so you don't really feel like you need to be in a specific place. So I just make mistakes, and then I calmly fix them, or I calmly learn how to become better. Yeah, I highly recommend a lot of you pick up knitting if you're feeling stressed and overwhelmed. I think it's a good hobby to have, and it's something that you can do even if you're very busy, because you don't have to work on it from start to finish in one sitting. You can put it down for many days even, and then come back to it. So if you're feeling really stressed and you're feeling like you're having a hard time not being on your phone or your laptop at all times, try knitting. Try knitting or anything with your hands. I think it'll be very good for you, and it'll make you feel grounded and mentally present again. Yeah. I think that was a hefty rambling session. We'll probably wrap it up there. I'll leave with the question, what do you all plan to do going into this new year to be better to yourselves, if you also struggle with the kind of similar self-judgment tendencies that I do? So maybe we can all get ideas from each other and also go on this journey as a team. One big team. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Till next time, Happy New Year. Bye-bye.